So for the tradesmen, they were often parking across people's driveways.
What a distinguished young woman giving us a card. How sweet.
And I'm like walking around and I just feel like they all absolutely hate me. They won't even look at me. Yeah, we heard that one of our neighbours was basically shit-talking us and didn't know that there was a mutual friend involved.
Oh.
So that mutual friend went back to my mum and said that apparently this neighbour that you both know was basically talking about us being like, what? You don't know the nightmare that I've had with the people that have moved in near us. And basically saying about the noise and about the work going on, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no one could have physically moved into this flat without renovating it. It's not like we just decided we wanted a brand new kitchen for the fun of it. It genuinely, anyone that lived there would have had to get the same work done that we did. So actually, you should be pissed off at the guy that let it get that bad instead of us that came in and had to fix it.
This is exactly what I said to this guy. So I finally met him because I had to ask for one of his tradespeople's vans to be moved. And he's there like, oh, so, this is a very quiet area. What, are you getting quite a lot of work done? I was like, yes, I am getting quite a lot of work done. I'm at the 20% stage where it takes 80% of the time. And I started saying, look, we've put brand new limestone tiles down. We've got a brand new kitchen. We spent 20k. We've knocked a wall down. It's looking really, really good. The garden's looking really cool. And as I'm saying this, he's sort of going, the money signs are going in his eyes. And he's realising that our house is suddenly going to be worth a lot more, which immediately makes his house worth more. Like, it's a good thing that all of us are making these houses worth.
We had a bit of that with our road. So obviously our house was completely decrepit, bless him. Like,
everyone would tell as they're walking past, right?
But like, I think our neighbours are battling internally with it and they're being brilliant, to be fair to them. But I'm there like, every time I feel bad about, I don't know, our wall is on their side, so we have to get into there, and I'm constantly like, oh no, I don't want to have to go back round there again because I just feel bad. But if we hadn't got it, it would have been knocked down and they would have had 2 years of people building a brand new house on it. So I'm like, and I think they know that and they are being great, but it's just, it's difficult, isn't it?
At Christmas time, I wrote cards to everyone in our near vicinity. Like, I'm talking 2 houses that way, 2 houses that way, 5 houses along.
So sweet.
And I wrote Christmas cards to everyone and said, we bought the house in September and the majority of the work had gone on in that space of time. I'm talking skips, like
they're really noisy stuff.
Lorries, because our whole road is dropped curbs. So for the tradesmen, they were often parking across people's driveways because they'd be putting their lorry there or their van there. Because they're really, when they unload their van and then they'd go put it somewhere else. And like, there are a couple of neighbours that I have been like, I'm popping in, is there any chance I can put the car here? Or I'll be like, we're having a skip delivered. And it's always a nightmare because we're the only bit of the road that doesn't have a dropped curb. So people always park outside our house. So I've had to put the bins out with a note on it being like, please don't park here because we're having a skip delivered. People will move the bins and park their car there. So it's a bit of a nightmare. And when I get stuff like a skip delivered, or when we want the builder let us borrow his van, like a big truck, so that we could take some stuff to the tip. I went to my opposite neighbour and basically said, I'm really sorry that people have parked outside my house again. I did try and put the bins out, but they've just moved the bins. Is there any chance that we can park the lorry across your dropped curbs? But like, as soon as they move, I will move the van. Like, I'm here. And he was like, it's so fine. Yeah, of course. So that there is 1 or 2 okay neighbours. But like, when at Christmas, I wrote all of these Christmas cards and I was like, I'm so sorry for the work being done. I really appreciate your patience. Thank you so much.
Very sweet.
I promise you that the work, like, I'm getting it done as quick as I can and it will be done. The worst is over, I promise.
Yeah.
They won't even look at me when I walk around. And I'm an anxious person as it is. And I always try and like catch their eye and smile. But like, all these families, like, they have kids,
so
will just never even look at me.
But babe, like, I know it sounds awful and it'd be the same thing I did, but like, it's a Christmas card. Like, they don't care, and it kind of is giving that, when you're like, you go on a plane and you get like the mum and the dad who've got the baby and they send out they get lots of treats and stuff, and like, I'm not someone who shouts at babies. I'm like,
I'm not someone who shouts at babies.
That's it. That's the rest of my conversation. No, I mean, like, I don't get annoyed when a baby cries because that's literally inherently what they do. But it doesn't matter if you gave sweets to everyone or even like, even a shot of vodka.
They don't have to come over and be like, here's another Christmas card back. Just at least hi.
I know.
When
but
I'm like walking around, and
Nightmare
I just feel
neighbours.
like they all
Yeah.
absolutely hate me. And
But-
it's also like you all have a dropped curb. Like
Yeah.
we literally cannot park outside our own
They
house
don't
because
care, darling.
everyone parks outside
No,
my
it's
house.
it is a nightmare, but I think that ultimately
And
people
we
are
had
just
to do what we had
rubbish.
to do.
Yeah.
There is no way
The
round
good-
it.
The saving grace is that you're not going to live there. Because can you
Thank
imagine you
fuck.
did all this work and then you were staying there? That
Yeah,
would be
I
really
would
Oh, yeah,
get
you
difficult.
so-
pissing, well,
like-
you get to piss off all the time. You just get to leave.
There are days when I've actually not gone round to renovate, and Mum's like, "You could be around the flat today," and I'm like, "But I don't want to because I feel so anxious because the neighbours hate
That is
me."
something you will probably need to work on if you do want to continue flipping houses.
Yeah.
Is you're going to be that neighbor, you're
Yeah.
always going to be that person. So just like,
Yeah,
bye,
Yeah.
like just don't care.
but that's why next time we want to buy a house and not a flat.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
That's
that's-
one less
yeah.
person that has a say.
You still have neighbours, darling. You still have neighbours.
Yeah, but they're not literally above you.
So talking about Christmas card very quickly,
Yeah.
I did the exact same thing when we moved in, but less about like, oh, we're making noise and more just I have literally a cul-de-sac of people and we all sort of anyway, so I go and do cards 'cause I think that's a very normal thing to do. This old couple who live at number 4, they're very, very sweet, but I catch them as they're like driving away. So I'm like, oh, here's your Christmas card because I kind of was doing it with the dog. And they're like, and they're really taken aback. And I thought it was because, you know, they were like, oh, what a distinguished young woman giving us a card. How sweet. You know, that's what I thought that was their reaction. Turns out they were annoyed because now they had to go out, get a Christmas card, write it and give it to me. And I remember the old man coming over and like telling me this because, you know, they're blunt old men. And I was just like, oh, my bad.
expecting
I'll
it.
make that mental note and not give you a Christmas card next
Oh,
year.
it
I'm so
shouldn't be tit for
sorry
tat, should it?
to have ruined your day by giving you a Christmas
Well,
card.
none of our neighbours felt obliged.
No,
I
again.
actually bought one specific neighbour a Christmas present for her and her daughter.
Oh, bless your
No
heart.
need for that.
You are
No
too
need for
sweet.
that.
You're too sweet.
No need for that.
Oh.
So I feel like I'm probably the most qualified to tell you about the portable saw station that we have been kindly gifted by Dremel. And the reason why I feel qualified is because I've actually used it for
Yeah.
a whole lot of paneling.
I was so excited when I saw it.
It's really good. I was really impressed. Like, I have used similar saws before, but this one was so much easier, mainly because it's like portable and I could move it around. You could then wrap it all up into its little briefcase and put
And
it
it's
anywhere.
battery powered.
So this single battery, which is a 12-volt battery, can be used across all their Dremel blueprint tools, which is
Oh, cool.
fantastic. So you can just charge it, and the charger is really small and
The
compact
product
and
design on
easy.
this.
You love that.
I
stuff,
am
don't
Meg
you?
so-
is geeking out big time.
I am so excited about
What's
it.
your favourite
We-
part? Tell them about your favourite part.
Look at this little thing. Like, it's so that if you've got a longer piece of wood, you can have it a little stand on
Because we did
it.
when we did my skirting, one of us was holding.
We
the
had, like, a
end
bit of
it to
cardboard
try and
under
make
it.
Sure, you try and makeshift little stands, but that's just the perfect.
I'm
height.
obsessed. Everything
So
about it.
is this like a mitre?
Exactly, but it doesn't just do mitre, it also does rip cuts, which is when you do like a long cut along something very long, because you
Okay.
A long cut along something very long, eh, babe?
Fabulous.
this is what I mean, a rip cut is literally that, but why don't they call it a long cut? I have no idea.
They call it a long cut.
The longest ever cut.
So what you can do is obviously you can put it on the track that comes with this little kind of carry case, but you can also use the sort of built-in track, and then that allows you to do a long cut along a
Oh.
long piece of
Long cut.
plywood or whatever.
A long one.
It does the mitre cut. It does straight cuts just straight across. So for skirting, it's great.
Yeah.
But then more importantly, it also does bevel. So what that
Yeah.
means is on here you can twist the little bit there, and now you're doing bevel cuts. So again,
so
great for
Slicey,
skirting.
slicey boy.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. It really did change the game for me. I think it is brilliant for anyone who has desperately wanted paneling but doesn't want to necessarily invest in ginormous power tools that
This
are
is-
quite daunting.
Yeah, this is so good for so many different projects.
So many different projects. So it's also a brushless motor.
What does that mean?
Well, it's quite important actually. It means that it lasts longer, it's more powerful, and you don't have to keep replacing the brush.
Oh, okay.
The product designers on this need a raise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, Meg was like looking up who designed
Yeah, I actually was on LinkedIn trying
to find the person that now
trying to find
inspires
the
her.
designer. Yeah, you can
My-
see how much love went into this for sure.
I think one of my favourite parts as well, which is actually something that doesn't get mentioned very often, is they have this little whiteboard on the case, and it's so easy just with a pencil to like write your measurement in case you forget it, and then you can easily drop it out.
Yeah.
I used it so much when I was doing all those crazy angles.
Yeah, it was quite impressive. You
Yes,
did it really
because
quickly
you've got
too.
you're paneling upstairs, so you've got to really like do those calculations.
Mm-hmm. So I have one and I love it, but there are actually some ways for you to get your hands on one. Heather, do you want to tell them how you can do that?
So go over to our Instagram or TikTok, and we've got a giveaway video that tells you everything you need to know about how you can win this.
And if you can't wait that long, there is a link in the description to buy one. And to be honest, I might be heading there after this.